Hi, it's me again, back with another video if you care. So in this one I decided I would just talk about long distance relationships during the DCP. Because I know a lot of people could be in a relationship and they get accepted and you're worried about like maintaining that relationship while you're there. So in 2017 my boyfriend and I had been together for a year and a half. We're going on close to 5 years now, so obviously things worked out, but it wasn't easy. And so I just thought I'd tell you guys a little bit about that, and maybe that can help you when you go to the DCP, and you know, just tips, I guess, on that. So like I said, we had been dating for a year and a half when we went, but about 2 months into my program, which was just spring 2017, which is January to May, so about like March, he actually went to Germany. So our original long distance for the first 2 months was just him in Alabama, me in Florida, but then starting in March, it got even harder because he was like 8 hours ahead of me in another country, so that made it even harder. So obviously everybody's experience, I'm talking with my hands a lot of people's experiences will be different based on, you know, many factors, but I just want to talk about, like, I guess what happened with me. By the way, this lump right there, that's my dog, so if you're just wondering what that is, it's my dog. And if you hear the little pit pats, it's another dog. Oh, they're playing now. In the beginning of our relationship, long distance relationship, with me being in Florida, we just tried to maintain as much communication as we possibly could. This was obviously easier. See my dog's little tail. So this was easy in the beginning of our relationship because just tried to text him during all of my breaks if I could, or call him, depending on his work schedule. We kind of worked around the same hours, so I usually didn't talk to him until after I got off, which was around 5:30, which was around the time that he got off too. So I would just always make sure to call him on my way home, and I would talk to him while I was driving, and then, you know, I would go out to the parks with friends and stuff, and I would text him as much as I could. But obviously when you're hanging out with people and you're busy, it's a little hard to maintain that conversation and remain present. So I was trying to manage both at the same time, so that was a little difficult, but possible. And then he went to Germany, so it got worse. So when I got off work, I think he was waking up to go to work, something like that. So I usually didn't talk to him until the end of the day, around, like, if I got a break around 3 o'clock or 5:30 was the only time that I could talk to him, just because of the time difference. So we tried to make sure that those conversations covered as much as possible, like what's going on with me, what's going on with you, I miss you, I love you. But that's really about all that it can be. You know, you just kind of miss each other. Within the first 2 months when he was still in Alabama, you know, I visited him twice, so I saw him like once a month, but the last 2 months that I was in Florida, I didn't see him, and that was the longest time we had spent together apart in a long time, I guess, in our whole relationship, really. So that was difficult because there was no way that he could see me because he was in Germany. So obviously that could be different for other people, because if they're just in another state, you can save up your comp tickets and they can come visit you. You can request some days off, and that'll definitely make it easier. I think at least seeing them once a month really helps if you can, but you also don't want to be too distant from what's going on in your life on the DCP and things like that. So just trying to find a good balance is tricky, but possible. So we just tried to talk as much as we could, and it all worked out. We missed each other a bunch, but as soon as I came back, you know, everything was great. We bought a house. This is the house. We lived in it for 2 years, and now I'm getting ready to go back to Florida, but he's coming with me this time, so it'll be permanent. So that's a plus. You know, you just really need to have someone who is understanding of what you're doing and why you're doing it. I get a lot of people don't get why you want to do the DCP, or why you want to run away to Florida, why you want to work in Disney World, but a good partner should understand that that's your dream and that's what you want to do. And as long as they can understand that, you should be okay. Like I said, every situation's different depending on the relationship, depending on the person. I know a lot of relationships struggle through the DCP, so I just thought that I would give my story of what happened to me and how I was able to make it work. And all I can really say is communication is key. Communication and trust. But you know, you should have that trust that nothing is going to happen while you're away from each other. Otherwise, like, jealousy can kind of get in the way, and also no good. So just talk to your boyfriend or your girlfriend, your partner, whoever it is, and you can make it work. But you know, also find some people in the program that all of my roommates from my past program, we were all in serious relationships. So whenever we were having, where there's boyfriend issues, like you're just arguing about things and you're just frustrated or you just miss them, talk to those people, because then you can go and hang out and get your mind off of things. They can help you talk through things, problems or issues, and they'll just be there for you. So definitely just finding someone in your life when you're in Florida that understands what you're going through helps too. So, you know, do what you can. Have fun. You know, don't hold yourself back because you're sad because you miss somebody, because you're gonna miss, whether it's friends or family or boyfriend, girlfriend, you're gonna miss somebody. But for some of you, like, you're only in Florida for a couple of months and that may be it. So just make the most of your time in the best way that you can, and everything will be okay. That's all I got.